with estimated imports and exports of $920 billion United States dollars last year. Vietnam entered the world's top 15 economies by trade scale, moving on up. With Vietnam being in the top 15 economies by trade scale, one might think they'd need a better exchange rate to take advantage of that. When they do announce the reforms with the new rate, that means we are ready to take on the international partnerships. The next step after the compliance is certified by the IMF and World Bank. And now will be FX normalization, which will mean international exchange rate. If you notice, there's no fanfare and no specifics just yet. That will come later. It will. Meanwhile, the engine is still turning. That action and that quiet or lack of details protects the process while the fundamentals grow. It's a good sign. I think it's a great sign. The Board of Directors of the Center for Banking Studies discusses activating international partnerships to support banking reform in Iraq. These efforts are in line with addressing the challenges of compliance with FATF, Basel, and IFRS requirements, thereby improving the readiness of Iraqi banks to integrate into the international financial system. This is coming from the ones at the CBI that make all the decisions on the monetary reform, on the new exchange rate. This is the board of directors that tell OLAC what to do and what to say. These are the straight directors from the board of directors directing OLAC to say these words. These are the one in negotiations with the untied states of America. Basel III is where banks globally will stop using paper gold. It's not a law. BIS cannot provide laws to bank globally, but they can cause such a situation that banks that comply and banks that do uncomply. There is definitely a divide in the banking system globally in how they categorize the assets of gold and silver on their balance sheet. It is difficult for Iraqi public opinion to view Saddam's dinar on Trump's table as an innocent piece of nostalgia. Every element in the image carries a layer of meaning. The U.S. president is the one who now has the power to tighten or loosen sanctions through the Treasury Department, and executive orders that could expand or tighten the noose on Iraqi banks, companies, and figures within days. Leaks and frequent statements point to a new package of U.S. sanctions expected to target influential politicians, political parties, and banks and companies suspected of serving as conduits for financing Iran's allies in the region or organizations designated as terrorist groups. According to Iraqi and American officials, this package has been linked to the formation of the next government and the behavior of pro-Tehran forces on the ground. The easy way, which is the revaluation, the country was going to be put in peace. The people were going to become very prosperous. Or the hard way, which is we have the army coin, which is black and gold, the naval coin, which is white and blue, and the Marine Corps coin, which is red and gold. That was in front of the president. This is all over the Arabic media. They've got the message as to what Donald Trump is saying. You can take the carrot Reevaluate your currency. Culturally, the messaging is good. Donald Trump is the ultimate communicator. When he does these things, he's sending a message very clearly. According to what my wife said, within the Arabic Middle East, the message has gotten out. He wants the Iranians out. He wants the Iraqi people set free to have their financial stability. I want to thank you and your wife. You guys were very instrumental in helping us. I have heard from my CBI contact on a call to Iraq last Saturday that the last stage of testing is almost completed on the software for the digital dinar. So, when it is ready and the GOI has completed its tasks, we can expect to see the collection of the 3-0 notes and the issuance of the new lower denominations. I asked for a timing of this event, and she said to follow the election cycle. So, I now believe there are two events linked to kickoff of removing the zeros, and that is the digital dinar and the election cycle. January 21st, 2026, guest guru, Ariel, U.S. military, leaves Iraq, 23 years of occupation. Now, over what this means for IQD holders, can you all feel the electricity in what is being laid out? It's like watching puzzle pieces snap together after years of waiting in the shadows. Iraq's been grinding through reforms for ages, and with the U.S. pullout from federal territory, the timing feels charged. Iraq announces the full withdrawal of U.S. forces from its federal territory. Iraq is taking over U.S. military bases. This is a planned and peaceful transition. Comment: hopefully, us leaving Iraq means we're about to get paid. Mark Z: yes, U.S. troops are leaving Iraq. It was said that we will leave when we get paid. So I think the U.S. might have been paid. New monetary reinforcement mechanism will maintain fixed exchange rate of 1320 dinars per 100. The financial advisor to the Prime Minister, Mazhar Mohammed Salah, confirmed today, Friday, that the central bank has adopted the monetary reinforcement mechanism to feed the national banks. Requests for foreign currency, indicating that the monetary reinforcement mechanism will maintain financial stability in the country. Salah said, according to the official agency, that the function of the central bank will continue to move in two directions. The first is to meet the needs of national banks for foreign currency with their correspondents, which confirms that the new monetary reinforcement mechanism will work to provide monetary stability on the part of the monetary authority. In the two issues of continuing the monetary sterilization policy that is concerned with controlling the levels of local liquidity by exchanging foreign currency for the dinar, noting that the new monetary reinforcement mechanism will maintain a fixed exchange rate of 1,320 dinars for every $100, which will enable the central bank to achieve stability in the external value of the Iraqi dinar by controlling the growth in the money supply within the operational objectives of monetary policy through what is called the monetary transmission mechanism to achieve intermediate or real long-term objectives in achieving stability in the general price level or reducing the growth in inflation rates. And this comes in conjunction with the stability of the exchange rate and the growth of the money supply to achieve stability in the general price level. The second trend is to provide foreign currency to correspondents of national banks in order to facilitate the stability of the real supply of basic goods and services flowing into the domestic market with high fluidity, and to make compliance control of foreign currency transactions on two levels: national, through the Anti-Money Laundering and Terrorist Funds Office, and external, through the role of correspondent banks that undertake the task of auditing compliance issues. It aligns with past discussions by the Iraqi Central Bank about removing 3 zeros and balances international. Credibility with resource allocation. Estimated value $22.20 per IQD. God bless you and take care.